Let's be honest, being a Dynasty Warriors fans over the last few years has required a legendary level of patience. The very franchise that defined an entire genre, the one that gave us honestly some god tier feeling of carving through thousands and thousands of soldiers, felt like it was completely losing its way. The community was fractured, a deep stagnation has set in. The disaster was like Dynasty Warriors 9, man. Dynasty Warriors 9 was absolutely god awful. It was probably by far one of the worst Dynasty Warriors that we could actually have. It was a critical blow for so many of us, man. Open world experiment that just strayed a little too far, strayed a little too close to the sun, Icarus style, and honestly, it strayed far from the soul of the series. It just left a bitter taste. We watched many spin-offs thrive, but the mainline series, the mainline titles, the very heart of it all just felt overall abandoned. There was a genuine fear that the golden age, the absolutely glory days of like Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, 5, shit, even 2 on the PS2 was a memory we'll never get to relive. But what if that tide is finally turning? What if a surprise DLC for the acclaimed Dynasty Warriors Origins and the sudden announcement of a classic remaster aren't just random content drops? They're pieces to a puzzle. And it's a puzzle that I want to kind of solve for you guys today. And when you kind of put those pieces together, you can see Koei Tecmo's secret plan for the franchise finally being revealed. This is more than just new content we're being shown. It's a strategic two-pronged attack meant to resurrect the king of hack and slash games. Today we're breaking it all down of Dynasty Warriors Origins DLC as well as Dynasty Warriors remasters coming up. So first things first, we talk about January 2025. Everything shifted. The whole world just paused because Dynasty Warriors Origins launched. And it wasn't just another sequel, honestly. It was a great, tremendous statement. Koei Tecmo and Omega Force went back to the drawing board, ripping out the controversial mechanics of their last attempt and focusing on the core of what makes this series immortal, you know? Pure, exhilarating, 1 versus 1,000 action, colossal armies clashing on the battlefield, felt truly alive, and a story that pulled us back into the epic Three Kingdoms saga. I was able to review this game, I played the demo, I live streamed, I did so much for this game, and I enjoyed my time. I gave it a very highly recommended on my review. I want anybody to check out Dynasty Warriors Origin. It is honestly a true return to form, and the response was explosive. The game was a massive success, selling well over 1 million copies in less than a month. For the very first time in what felt like an absolute eternity, there was a spark, man. There was a spark. Origins didn't just sell well, it brought people back. It dominated the PS5 download charts in Japan. It finally gave the series the strong foothold on PC that it had always struggled to find. But this success created a foundation, a wave of goodwill the franchise has not seen in years. And Koei Tecmo knew they could not dare let that momentum die. Which shifts us to the next piece of their puzzle, the beginning, first piece of their new master plan. So recently, as of yesterday, as part of the series, the 25th anniversary celebration, Koei Tecmo dropped a bombshell of a trailer. This trailer showcased 2 specific things. A major DLC is in development for Dynasty Warriors Origins, something that I instantly was asking for during my time playing, during my live stream, and just talking to my community overall, that there needs to be some form of a DLC, especially once you beat the game, and the little cliffhanger that's little left out. So this is something I was already theorizing from the jump. But let's focus on a particular word, right? Major. This is not just a handful of new costumes or weapons. This may seem like something much bigger than we may think. The community has been loud with its praise and feedback since Origins launch, and I'm one of those people, and it proves that the developers are listening, man. They're listening. While the exact details are still under wraps, the speculation is already running wild. Origins in itself as a game tells a focused story that ends fairly early in the Three Kingdoms timeline. It ends quite very much early. and he pretty much left you on a cliffhanger of the overall story, leaving this massive canvas that Koei and Omega Force can be over to help craft and for just expansion wise. This DLC could be the next chapter of that journey, unleashing new campaigns, blowing the map a little bit more open, and dropping more legendary warriors into the fray because, man, they're absolutely phenomenal in Origins. And then there's a fascinating theory. Now, this theory I've seen, quite a few times throughout the leading up to, during, and after Origins release, but the overall that the DLC could resurrect some ideas from the canceled Dynasty Warriors 10 project. Now, I put quotes around that because overall, we still don't know if we'll be receiving a Dynasty Warriors 10. As of right now, it does not seem like that may be part of the plan right now. Devs have also already confirmed that some DNA from the Dynasty Warriors 10 may make its way into Origins, so it's plausible that the expansion could bring even more of those concepts to life. Whatever it turns out to be, the strategy is overall brilliant. You keep the fires of Origins burning hot by investing heavily in their new champion. Koei Tecmo was making sure the revitalized fanbase just stays locked in through and through, cementing Origins as the new flagship for the future of their company when it comes to Dynasty Warriors. Now, of course, expanding upon Dynasty Warriors Origins is one thing. That's the half the battle. That is half our fight. But what about the veterans, right? The fans who grew up during the PS2 era who felt betrayed by recent entries. I'm one of those fans. I've been playing Dynasty Warriors ever since. I've missed a couple of the newer entries because my love for it was kind of waning a little bit, especially when DW9 came out. But when it comes to like one of the most legendary times of Dynasty Warriors, I can only think of is the PS2 area. So overall, we've been begging for return to the classics, and this is part 2 of Koei Tecmo's plan. It's the one that has sent shockwaves through the entire community. Alongside the DLC, in that trailer, they decided to do something even sneakier, right? They announced that a remaster of a classic Dynasty Warriors title is officially in development. Now, that trailer was absolutely a work of art. It definitely gave me nostalgia. It counted down through the mainline games from 9 before landing on Dynasty Warriors with a question mark. Now, there was a clear signal to every longtime fan. One of the beloved numbered classics is coming back for years. This is what people have been screaming for. It does not seem like they're going to be remastering any of these spin-offs. They're trying to remaster one of the mainline titles. And hopefully, one of the mainline titles that they go with is during the PS2 era. Like I said, Dynasty Warriors 2, 3, 4, and 5 are held by many as the pinnacle of the series, but they're incredibly difficult to play on modern hardware. This announcement is a direct answer to those prayers because right now, whether you like it or not, we are in that remake or remaster era for the video game industry. And it's honestly a very calculated move to win back the hearts of the very players who built the fandom for Dynasty Warriors. The debate is already a firestorm online. Can it be Dynasty Warriors 3 with the raw difficulty, the incredible individual stories, or the titan that is Dynasty Warriors 4, often praised for its revolutionary kingdom-based story? Or maybe DW5, which refined the gameplay to near perfection. Now, while Koei has confirmed that it won't be the original fighting game, the possibilities have ignited an inferno of pure nostalgia and hype. This isn't just about looking backwards, it's strategically just brilliant move to just reintroduce the golden era to a whole new generation of fans who jumped in with Origins, because you got to keep in mind, over 1 million players, not too many people have played Dynasty Warriors. Sometimes that was their first time of playing a Dynasty Warriors game. So if you want them to enjoy some of your previous content, sometimes it's good just to, get them started. Honestly, any between 3, 4, and 5, honestly, you can remake any of them. And honestly, I'll be happy, right? I can be the way you ride. Now, The overall grand strategy, when you step back and look at these two announcements together, a major expansion for the new blockbuster, a full remaster of a beloved classic, the secret plan becomes crystal clear. This is not a random series of content drops. This is a coordinated two-pronged assault to restore Dynasty Warriors to its former glory. Now, step one is towards the future. Build on the incredible success of Origins, keep the new players hooked, expand that world, and solidify it as the new core of the franchise for years to come. Or we have part two of that. We're looking more towards the past. We can honor the legacy, resurrect the classic to reconnect with the veteran fan base, proving their loyalty was never forgotten, while showing new fans the hallowed ground where it all began. Looking at both the future and the past is a dual approach that's designed to unite fractured communities, speaking to both newcomers and old school veterans at this point. At the same time, it's a plan that screams Koei Tecmo has learned the painful lessons from Dynasty Warriors 9. They understand that you cannot innovate at the expense of a series' soul. And this thinking goes beyond just Dynasty Warriors, because Koei Tecmo is making huge moves across the board. Last year, there was a company that was founded Koei has founded a brand new AAA studio, which is being led by industry legend Yosuke Hayashi. And of course, they have their major title to drop this year. This new studio is built to create just massive high quality games without being chained into the expectations of existing brands like Omega Force or Team Ninja. It just signals a company that is investing heavily in growth and new ideas and just delivering AAA experience players demand over time. So with all of that being said, what does it all mean? After years of wandering around, the future of Dynasty Warriors just looks overall brighter than it has ever been in a very, very, very long time. The success of Origins was the spark, but these announcements are the gasoline being poured on the fire. Koei Tecmo isn't just supporting a game, they're resurrecting a legacy. They are running a deliberate, intelligent playbook to just bring the entire community back and together, launch the franchise into a brand new era. The combination of forward-facing ambition with a deep, powerful respect for the series' history is exactly what we have been asking for. We are finally seeing a company that is not only listening to its fans, but is making huge strategic bets on its own future. This feels more like just a course correction. It feels like the beginning of a new golden age for Dynasty Warriors. But Outcast, I will have to turn it over to you. Do you think this is an epic comeback that you've been waiting for? What classic game that you actually hope that they remaster? Let me know in the comment section below. But as always, stay safe out there, and it's been your host, KSTTV, signing out. Peace.